Today, I'm going to teach you how you can detect whether you are in a winning position or whether you are in a losing position way before the last move. That means ultimately, I want you to come from a space of a strategic thinking where when you observe the Connect 4 board over here, you already can decide whether you are already winning or you are already losing. Okay? In the Connect 4 terms, we call that major threat analysis because you are looking at the board and observing whether the major threats are working for you instead of against you. Okay, and just a quick revision of what major threat is. Major threat just means that you have a position that, let's say, you have around 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one becomes the major threat that you create, so that when your opponent puts pieces in ways where it allows you to put a piece here, then you get a winning move. In other words, the major threat is a position where you are just one step away from the winning move itself. Okay? Now, just with this understanding, now let us look at what happens when you have two major threats let's say in the same column itself. Okay? So these are four major patterns that can happen in a game for any two major threads that are in the same column. Okay? One of them is adjacent rows over here. Just want to show you a bit. Adjacent rows. Adjacent rows can come in two forms. If let's say you have your pieces which that means the same color, that means let's say your pieces same color with major threads on adjacent rows, for instance like this one and this one, that is immediately a win for you. Okay. However, if let's say one of your major thread is here, where you put your pieces here, and then your opponent put your pieces over here, then your piece will cancel out the effectiveness of your opponent's major threat, and vice versa. If let's say your major threat is on top of your opponent's major threat, then your major threat gets cancelled out. Okay, so this is the part on adjacent rows that will help you determine whether you get a win or you get a lose.